You guys notice something? I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been watching my streams, but I remember in the beginning, like towards the beginning of Bloody Wars, I had like short hair. Like it was a fresh buzz cut, I remember. And there would be times where I would grow my curls out because naturally I'm a curly hair type of guy, right? So you know, it's something different right here. I mean, it's been growing since 2025. So where am I getting at, JP? Well, if I'm being honest, ever since this 2025 has been coming by, and ever since that we've been doing these tournaments this year, I'm starting to become a twin of somebody. You know, and I did say I'm gonna get back into wrestling. I mean, I'm getting back into being an athlete again. So I think it is fair to say that I look like a specific wrestler, and this wrestler would so happen to be Roman Reigns, according to some people. Yeah. 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 I look like Roman Reigns. Yeah. Who's the head of the table in Bloody Wars now, you motherfucker?
Welcome to the Bloody Wars Bloodcast. Fun, 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 baby. Let the motherfucking games begin.
Bloody Wars Nation. This is JP Pitts, your host of the Bloody Wars Tournament, and welcome to another episode of the Bloodcast. Today is thought it was March for a second. Jesus. Today is May 7th, 2025, and it is a Wednesday in the middle of the day. It is noon officially. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why? Why noon on a Wednesday? You usually do these podcasts at nighttime. Because, you know, I'm scheduled to be at the arcade later on tonight at 5. So the Bloodcast wasn't going to work at that time. I think it would be hard to do a podcast at the arcade with all the nostalgia sounds in the background. But luckily, we have a special guest here tonight that agrees to do this podcast at this time. So thank you again for that. We will get to him in a little bit. But let's catch up on what happened a couple weeks ago. As you guys know and are familiar with how things have been progressing in Bloody Wars, to those that are just getting themselves into the Bloody Wars tournament, you know, last year we've been talking a lot of crazy, like there's been a lot of trash talking recently. We've seen Stephen Lucas being very confident with a specific game called Breaker's Revenge. He was pretty confident with this game, and there's been so much back and forth between these contenders about this game and the podcast. We've done virtual online matches in the podcast. We saw best of 7 challenges here, specifically with this game. But there was a lot of trash talking. And the only way to settle it out is through a tournament. That's what happened a couple weeks ago, folks. We had the Breaker's Revenge. Whoops. Wait. Yeah, there you go. We've had the Breaker's Revenge tournament a couple weeks ago. It was a good tournament, man. Before we dive into this tournament, we got a chance to see a little bit of trash talking between two popular contenders in the pre-show. And I so happened to, add a little funny spin into the pre-show. Huge shout outs to Catherine Bosey covering the pre-show for me. But we saw these two guys talking it out before the big event. And it happened on the pre-show. Here's a brief clip of what happened during the pre-show. Take a look.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Here, put the microphone on. And get it.
Oh, okay. Not Steven. Definitely not Steven.
And why is that?
Because I'm here.
What do you have to say about that, Steven?
What if you lose?
It wouldn't be against you. No! That's
What
for
if you
sure.
don't? What if you lose on your way before you face me?
Steven, you should be worrying more about getting past the first round.
I think I can get past the first round. I think I can get past the second round.
I think the only way you do that is if you fight against my wife again. I think that's the only way. If it was anyone else,
Hey,
I'd say good luck.
I'm not the one who made the brackets. It's that guy over there.
Oh yeah, JP.
This is between you and
Hey, it's luck that I got paired against who I got paired against.
Well, let's see if JP actually ends up pairing you against me in the first round. Yes! Which I know it's not going to happen, but again, I wish you luck, dude, because you're going to need it.
Before the Bloody War starts, we're gonna challenge for this belt, and we'll see if you go home today as Norbert two belts.
If I leave, hey, I did it in Third Strike last year.
Yeah,
Who says lightning can't strike twice?
it could.
You just better pray it's not a fighting game. You better pray that the pick is not a fighting game.
Well, if it's a fighting game, then I lose.
Or if it's NFL Blitz.
Well, if it's
If it's Blitz, you're
I don't know. I win half the time on that, so don't be so confident.
And there you have it, folks. We're going to see a hardcore championship match in a little bit between Steven Lucas and Norbert Vale. And later on, folks, we're going to see this Breakers Revenge tournament. Who's going to walk away? Will it be Steven Lucas, the man that's looking to claim his first belt, his 5 different belts, or is it going to be Norbert Vale? His mission is to hunt for his 4th reign of the Bloody Wars Championship. Give it up for Steven Lucas and Norbert Vale, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, like I agree, Norbert. Like, why the hell did Steven have to put me in this? Like that. This is between y'all. This is between the two of you guys. Like, anyways, but we did see them live in action. It was a great tournament, folks. That tournament was Breakers Revenge. You guys saw this already at the tournament. It was a great event. We saw some good at live action. We actually saw a grand finals. We saw the grand finals early at the very first round. We saw those Norbert and Matthew Naja taking it out, and then Steven Lucas actually dominating and getting 3rd place. Oh, this is my favorite clip, by the way. And then, yeah, we saw grand finals, Norbert Vale and Matthew Naja dominating, 2 very known guys in their fighting games. Awesome stuff. So, yeah, we saw Steven Lucas, 3rd place, 2nd place, Matthew Naja in 1st place, and new undisputed Bloody Wars champion, Norbert Vale. Congratulations to him. I know he's been working hard to get that belt back in his waist for a very long time, making that your four times Bloody Wars champion. So very good stuff to Norbert. Like I said, congratulations to Norbert. I know he's been working hard to get that belt, and it paid off too. The trash talking definitely paid off. We actually saw Matthew Naja in action at that time. We thought we were going to see 3rd place again, but we didn't see that this time. So good stuff to him. We will get to him in a little bit. Well, you know what? We should get to him now, actually, because Matthew Naja being your hardcore champion. So he didn't walk away from the Galloping Ghost empty-handed. He may have had 2nd place in the Bloody Wars tournament, but he managed to claim the belt from Steven Lucas at that time, the same day, actually. So poor Steven, damn, 3rd place and lost the belt. That sucks. But congratulations to Matthew Naja being the hardcore champion. He's still the hardcore champion right now as we speak. And I know Friday, was it last Friday? Yeah, last Friday we saw him defend his belt in Samurai Aces. I love that game. That's like one of my favorite shmups. So congratulations to Matthew on that. We will get to him a little bit more in a little bit. Another news. Fat Chris is in town. So you guys, I guess he came in Sunday night. That was his first day, Sunday night. Huge shout outs to him for bringing in pizzas on Saturday night for the crew, for me and Tom. So appreciate you doing that, Fat Chris, and contributing to the GGA community every single chance you get. So I'll actually see him later on tonight at the arcade. I will be seeing him. I think today will be his last day. So cool. I'll be closing with Fat Chris. Awesome. So I better not be bringing any food this time because I know there's stuff over there. But get into the arcade and get your make sure that you say hi to Fat Chris before he leaves. He leaves tomorrow morning. So make sure you come to the arcade and make sure you say your last goodbyes before he sends his way back to his state. He'll be coming back for the Gamer of the Year nomination. I'm pretty sure he'll be there for the anniversary. So that's good. Good stuff. See you in a little bit, Fat Chris. In other news, we've got today actually. Today is our very own Lionel's birthday. Lionel, not related to Jerry Cantu. Today is his birthday today. So happy birthday to our very own Lionel. It's going to be his birthday today. So, yeah, man, thank you for everything that you've been doing. Thank you so much for your commentating skills, your way of knowing fighting games. He is a big fan of Street Fighter 6. I know he's going to be commentating for this next tournament at Tekken 7. We will get to that in a little bit, but happy birthday, Lionel. Another news. So I think we've covered up the news. So yeah, let's get down to the events. So coming up next, folks, is getting close too. We're going to be back at the Hellas Horseman Arcade to be hosting Tekken 7 over there at the Hellas Horseman Arcade. It's going to be our FGC event. Our very first ever FGC tournament run at the Hellas Horseman Arcade. That's going to be cool. Only $25 to get in. That gets you access to the arcade as well. And $10 goes into the pot this time. So enter www.bloody-wars-tournament.com. Sign up for this tournament. And yeah, man, claim that cash prize. I know Norbert will be there for sure. And then following that, folks, we've got the biggest Bloody Wars tournament of the year. We've got Fight Fest coming up. That's right, folks. It is around the corner. Mortal Kombat 11, Friday night, June 20th at 5 p.m. Then we've also got Street Fighter 6 at 1. And following that, to close things off with the event, we've got Tekken 8. Get in on this action. It is going to be a packed tournament, guys. Go to www.bloody-wars-tournament.com. I guess I forget this part. Memorial Day weekend, Combo Breaker. Galloping Ghost Arcade will be there to present Dark Presence. That's going to be cool to see. I will be there on Saturday because Zero Ambition is coming into town, and he's hosting a side tournament for Power Stone at Combo Breaker. And you best believe I'm signing up for that tournament. No one's claiming that first place prize other than your boy. I don't care what Aiden did. I'm getting that cash prize. You heard? Anyways. But yeah, coming back to this Fight Fest event, mark your calendars, folks, for that weekend, June 20th through the 22nd. It is going to be a packed event. So get your hands on it. You know there's going to be contenders flying in. And yeah, folks, $35 to get you in through the tournament. Get all three and save $15 off and add $5 more to the pot when you sign up. You don't want to miss it. And huge shout outs to our Bloody Wars sponsors for Fight Fest. We've got the Herrera Group, Sound Education, and Uni Uni from the Boba Place in LaGrange. Give them a shout out, folks. Follow them on their social media pages. And yeah, thank you guys so much for our sponsors for Fight Fest. And now, to introduce to you guys Our special guest for tonight is the man that claimed second place in our last tournament, which was Breaker's Revenge. He is your current Galloping Ghost Arcade hardcore champion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matthew Nasia. What's up, Matthew? What's going on, man? I don't know if it's me, but I can't hear you. Let me see. Is it me? Can you guys hear him by chance? Because I don't think I can. Hold on. Maybe it's a mic issue. I don't know if I'm. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, Norbert can't hear you either. It's okay. We'll give you time. But to those, let's talk to the chat while Matthew's fixing that. We've got Tracy in the stream chat. What's going on, Tracy? What's going on? Good to see you here. And yes, Tracy, I am growing my hair. I'm definitely growing my hair out for sure. You got Norbert wants to see the best of 7 challenges for the Bloody Wars tournament. He wants to see that. I want to see that too, Norbert. I mean, let me know, who do you guys want to see in our Bloodcast? Who do you guys want to see in our best of 7 challenge? Let us know for sure. Who else do we've got? We've got Hater Shack in the stream chat and DSP in here too. What's going on, gentlemen? Thank you guys so much for tuning in here. Yes, Norbert, you are our 4-time Bloody Wars champion. That's something you can never forget. Let me see. Yeah, I know, Norbert. We've got to get people in here. Like, we've got to get champions. We've got to get, like, other champions defending the belt. The Bloody Wars Championship, this belt behind me, is very valuable in the industry. It has to be defended. That's the whole point of the belt. Just be at Fight Fest. Oh, we might see Norbert Vale doing Tekken 8 soon. Matthew had to pop out for a little bit. It's okay. We'll see. We'll see him. But yeah, folks. Honestly, yeah, I think this is going to be a good event. So let's talk about our sponsors for this event. So for Fight Fest, let's talk about the Herrera Group. They will be at Fight Fest for June. They will be they're pretty much like an energy drink maker, pretty much. So like they take energy drinks from like different brands and they mix them up with something unique. That's pretty much what they've been doing. So we're gonna have them do their thing as a vendor for Fight Fest. Definitely check it out. It'll keep you boosted and hyped up for our events. And you're probably going to need some energy because this is going to be a huge tournament. So get in while you can. And let me know what you guys need in the Fight Fest for sure. And then we've got Sound Education. We're going to be... I've got some unique ideas to promote Sound Education in Uni Uni. So it's going to be an interesting one. We've got some interesting stuff cooking for Fight Fest. Not going to give away too much of what I've planned to do, but once you guys tune into here, let's see now. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Cool. Sorry, I had a missing second all messed up on my thing.
Oh, no worries, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing okay. Good. Thank you for doing this podcast. I mean, you've been our longest contender for a while now. You've been coming to our events for good tournaments, and you've always supported us for a while. And how's it feel to be here? Let's start.
It feels great. Definitely feels great. I know we've been kind of wanting to do this for a little while too, but with my schedule of work and everything, it's kind of hard to time everything together here.
For sure. What the important thing is that you made it out. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
But,
for
you know,
sure.
thanks to you for adjusting your schedule a little bit too. So, because I know we usually do things at night and stuff, but I know how work is too.
Hey, I make time for my contenders. You know, that's what's key. Make time for you guys because you made time for the Bloody Wars tournament. Very much
Right.
appreciate it. You know. So I mean, yeah, I mean, good to see you on. Let's just first off by saying, yeah, man. I mean, you're the current hardcore champion right now. Second place for Breaker's Revenge, breaking the third place streak. Yeah, let's put it that way. So how does it feel that things are starting to come towards your way? Things are, at least for your end, when it comes to gaming, they're improving, it sounds like. What does that sound like to you?
Well, I mean, I don't really do much competitiveness anymore. You know, I'm more casual and laid back. You know, I just like to play the games just to play the games, you know. But just to see how this tournament is, I like this tournament for the simple fact that it's multiple fighting games. It's not just like specifically one game a lot, you know, like a lot of these little local areas do. You know, they'll do like Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 locally. And for this one, we actually got all the old classic games and stuff, like, you know, Breaker's Revenge and, you know, other known titles like Tattoo Assassins. So it makes it a much more fun, variety tournament, and you never know who's going to come out to show up.
For sure. And they're like, what's cool about this is like we bring out games that normally not a lot of fighting game tournament organizations release. I mean, they're so focused on FGC stuff, but like we've been also focusing on like retro stuff as well. And, you know, we brought in unique games, and you've actually been in a few. You've been into Tattoo Assassins. You've been into WWF WrestleMania. So those type of unique games, it sounds like stuff that, well, Breaker's Revenge too. I mean, you've been through, you know, coming into these tournaments that have unique and different fighting games, you know? So I guess my question is, are you more of a retro guy? And it sounds like you are.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a retro guy. I've been playing video games ever since I was like 9 years old. Very first video game I ever played was Pac-Man, and that was it. I was hooked ever since.
You sure it's not Bubble Bobble?
No, that came a little bit later. But that's probably one of my top favorite games of all time.
For sure. It sounds like it too, because according to Arcade Wars, you've actually got GGA first place from that game.
Yep.
So
actually,
yeah.
With that one, I got that record there back in right before the pandemic with Arcade Wars.
Oh, awesome! So you're already familiar with the game, then it sounds like.
Oh yeah, I've been playing that game ever since it was released back in '86. So,
what's your top score? Like, is it from Arcade Wars, or do you think you could do something better?
Actually, I've done a lot better. I was in the Winter Olympics last year, and I actually ended up with 6.2 million for a score, which is definitely higher.
So, what was the score from Arcade Wars versus your recent?
I think it was like 5.6 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
I know it's 5 million.
So it's safe to say that you've definitely improved.
Oh yeah, I definitely improved. On a bootleg version, I actually maxed out the score.
Oh, cool! Really?
Yeah. So, but obviously it's bootleg, so it don't count.
Right, it has to be arcade hardware. Well, either way, if you see an arcade machine of that game, I know you're gonna dominate the score regardless. So that's pretty cool, for sure. And like you said, you're mostly into the retro games. That's the type of fighting games that you're mostly into. So like, recently your last visit to the arcade actually proves my point, because according to you, you've actually achieved the world record for World Heroes 2.
The first one, not the second one.
Oh, the first one? My bad.
Yeah, it was the original World Heroes. I don't know if it's been verified yet, because I don't know if Tommy had a chance to look at it, because I don't see it on arcade at the moment.
Right, but according to you, and based off the score that you've got a pretty good score on World Heroes, the first one, beating Pihan actually. So, tell us your thoughts about that. I mean, is that the type of game that you've been working towards for a very long time?
Well, I also got it on the Twin Galaxies website. off
Oh
my
yeah,
heart.
that's right. And you do stream too. That was going to be my next question. Like, so you do live streams through YouTube.
I really don't do live
Twitch.
streams. I do more of the YouTube clips and stuff.
Okay, I see. I see. But
I should get into streaming, but
dude, you make a good streamer. If I'm being honest.
oh, thank you.
For sure. Give us a taste of a gameplay through KI, especially that you've got the the one-up arcade for that game. So yeah, I mean, you've been you collect games too as well, right?
Yes, I do have several arcade boards right now as well too.
For sure. So give us a list of all the games that you have.
Well, I have a Neo Geo single board with like 36 games, variety from Art of Fighting all the way down to World Heroes Perfect. I have, yeah, so it's quite a bit. I just recently got Samurai Shodown 3 last week.
So really?
Yeah. So I have the first 4 of that. I have Aero Fighters 3, I think it is. Yeah, 3. Metal Slug 1, 2, and X. Breakers and Breakers Revenge.
You got a whole collection.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, all the ones that I wanted it for the Neo Geo system.
For sure.
And then for other arcade boards, I got like Double Dragon. The first one, I got Toki, Insector X, nice little side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game. Russian Attack and Missing in Action, which is the sequel to it. So, and then, yeah, those are pretty much my arcade boards that I have right now.
For sure, man. That's pretty cool. So are they like, so the games that you have right now as a collection, are they like original arcade stuff, or are they also part of the one-up cabinet that you have?
No, those are arcade original boards.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I do have several of those. I use a Super Gun to play with them, so I can put them on my TVs and stuff. And then for my arcade one-ups, all I have is I have Killer Instinct, you can see right next to me here. I also have Street Fighter Turbo, and then a Miss Pac-Man.
Speaking of Turbo, their DSP in the stream chat was like, when is Turbo happening? Would you be interested in that tournament? Yeah, exactly. Would you be interested in that tournament?
Well, for Super Turbo, yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So you are a Street Fighter player.
Well, I started off playing Street Fighter first when I first saw it in the store one day. And then, I got hooked onto it. And then Mortal Kombat came out. And then I got hooked into Mortal Kombat. But then when Killer Instinct came out, that was over.
For sure. Okay, so you've got some experience on those games, it sounds like. That's pretty cool, man. So, what's it called? So, I guess...
don't I have fourth place or something on Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, fourth place right now.
Yeah, I gotta improve.
So no, yeah, you've definitely got experience on that, and that was gonna be my next question. So like, Chris Plackey upped his score on Mortal Kombat. Then I got involved, and then there was you, and then another guy named Scott something. I'm not too sure, but it's not like according to the scorecard, a lot about Mortal Kombat. So, how did you get into the Mortal Kombat, and like, how familiar are you with that industry?
I've been playing it ever since it got released. I played pretty much all of them, except for the 3D versions. I kind of stopped after Deadly Alliance for a little bit. But then, once the reboot came out for Mortal Kombat, that got me back into it a bit.
Did you play the first one? Well, not the first one. The new MK1 this year.
I have. I really don't like it, to be honest with you. But I did get the platinum on it for the PlayStation already.
Oh, that's cool. So,
yeah,
it's like second nature to you. Mortal Kombat second nature to you. Something.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the fact that it was rebooted. I just didn't like some of the mechanics behind it.
For sure, that makes sense. Because there's cameos in there, and that's like a whole new thing to fighting games that you have to learn about. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. But it sounds like if there was a Mortal Kombat tournament that we would bring in, it would be like the retro ones. And we've actually recently, not too long ago this year, we've had a Mortal Kombat tournament at the arcade. You've actually entered in that one, got third place on that. But in all fairness, you got a good idea of what Mortal Kombat is. Who do you like to go in for Mortal Kombat? Like, who's your main in all of them? Like, I guess we could start off from the first one through like Mortal Kombat 4.
Well, for the first one, I like Kano a lot. He's actually pretty underrated. Scorpion's also pretty much a lock-in. Sub-Zero's also really good too.
He's a classic, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and there's only 7 characters on the first one, so I mean, it's not much to choose from. Johnny Cage is pretty good too. So, for the second one, Molino is definitely one of my top tier characters.
Are you familiar with the what's it called? Are you familiar with the double uppercuts with the two head fatality?
The double fatality for Johnny Cage. Or if you really want to be funny, after you do the first one, you can time it to do a nut shot against one of the male characters. Or you can even like just do the shadow kick and knock them down and still get their head off.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I'm actually I'm actually on the YouTube channel right now. I'm just pulling up one of your matches for Mortal Kombat. I mean, because it was a good tournament. We've had a couple new people. We actually got in you versus Mossie's not too long ago. That was I guess a round 1 match that you had. And even though we had like a glitchy direct capture on the card, like the capture card for the game, it was still a good tournament to watch. Yeah. But no, I mean, based on your experience, it sounds like you are a good Mortal Kombat player. So what does that industry mean to you? And like, how do you feel about the game itself?
I mean, it's for what it was at the time, it definitely it was definitely a great way to meet people in competition and everything else. The characters are pretty varied. As you can see, me picking Kano. I'm not sure like how to like really express it, but that choppiness is killing me. But the game itself, for what it was at the time, was definitely revolutionary. Especially when the first games came out with the fatalities, and then just setting itself apart from Street Fighter, which was original competition at the time.
For sure. No, and then it sounds like you got what's it called? You got in a good competition at that time. We saw Chris Plackey doing his thing, then Jeff Lucas becoming champion at that game. Have you played Chris Plackey and all those regulars before? No,
that was the first time I played against Chris. Because it was always against. Yeah, it was my first time playing against him.
Yeah, what's that like?
It was good. It was definitely good. Good experience. His knowledge was a little bit more than mine. He actually, once he caught me with more of the combos in the game, which is pretty rare. I was pretty much done for it. It's kind of hard when you're really not playing it competitively a lot. If you're playing like against a computer, it's a completely different setup because people play differently than a computer.
Yes, Tracy is right. I should have done a T-shirt for that. I don't know why I didn't come up with a T-shirt. I could have made a T-shirt of Plackey versus Vale. Damn, and I could have given one to you, Matthew. Dang
yeah, definitely.
All right, next time.
That happened in that tournament, but not the one before.
Yeah. All right, next time we see Plackey and Vale in the bracket, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get that shirt prepared. You guys have been warned this time. We got to get you one. Well, you know what though? We've been getting a lot of requests, like a lot of regulars in Bloody Wars. We've been getting a lot of requests in Killer Instinct. A lot of people want us to bring back that game. So, how would you feel that if we bring up Killer Instinct this year?
Well, I think that would be great because I mean, Killer Instinct's definitely a gem. Especially now, with my YouTube channel, it has a lot of Killer Instinct content on it. A lot of my subscribers are actually from like Spain and Mexico. There's a lot of Spanish into the Killer Instinct scene now, just like with King of Fighters. So, for a KI tournament, it's definitely a unique game in itself because every character is pretty much different. They don't play kind of like the same. It's definitely Street Fighter-y, but it has its own elements to it. The combo system in the game is amazing. It's got the combo breaker, which is legendary. Ultra combos, ultimates. There's so much into this game that people are still figuring out things even to this day, 30 plus years ago.
For sure. So if you were to let's say we were to bring in a KI tournament, who would you expect to be there? Like,
definitely Norbert.
I know you. Yeah, for sure. I got to make a T-shirt for that. Nasia versus Phil. Yeah. No idea. Okay.
Yeah, the first time when GGA actually had their Killer Instinct tournament, I was in it, and I pretty much dominated it. So, and Norbert was in it. It's funny because I put him in losers and then took him out in grand finals. So it's kind of funny how he did the same thing to me on this game, on Breaker's Revenge. Here's a funny fact, though, concerning the last tournament, and this also involves Stephen Lucas and Norbert. In Tattoo Assassins, the very first matchup was me against Norbert.
Oh,
and he put me in losers.
I saw that. Uh-huh.
And then later on, Norbert put Stephen in losers bracket. And then I eliminated Stephen.
Yeah.
So it was like deja vu.
Yeah, all over again. Repeat of Tattoo Assassins all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on, because I'm trying to remember. It was you were third place at the time, and I think Steven was in fourth. Then it was Damien, and then Norbert. There we go. I remember.
Right, yeah, because that's Damien's debut as well, and Aiden, I believe.
Yeah, I remember. No, yeah, because like you were guys fighting for the losers. I remember that losers round, like the losers final. It was a good match, actually. You guys were pretty close, hand to hand. You made what's her name? The ice girl from Tattoo Assassins. I forgot her name.
Oh, yeah.
But you made her. It sounds
Carla,
like you know
I think
what
it is.
Carla. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Carla.
So no, but it sounds like you know who the characters were. You're very familiar with that game. How'd you get so familiar with the game?
I found it on MAME one day. And then I was trying it out, and then I was reading the backstory about it, how it's like influenced by Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. So I gave it a shot, and I mean the controls are clunky. It's not a finished product. Obviously, it was never released. But
right,
it's for what it was at the time. It was just like silly fun, but I actually liked it.
No, for sure. Especially if that's an extremely rare game. It's like it's never been seen anywhere. And that's that one type of fighting game where it was never released.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's surprised GGA has it, but then again, I'm not surprised because Doc has so many things.
Oh, absolutely. He has so many connections to so many different unique games. It's insane. You can't even find them here in Illinois. It's crazy. You got to come here to figure out which games you want to play. So that's pretty cool. But getting back into KI, I mean, you would expect Norbert to sign up, guaranteed. Let's be honest, it's probably going to happen. Who else would you expect? Because I know Lumbo was pretty good at that time. I know you've played it against him.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would you see would be a good fight to you?
I'm not really sure who are all the players over at GGA that play. So, I haven't seen Lumbo in a good minute either. So, and I know he would definitely be interested in that. And then, we can see some new faces, and like you say, with Headless Horseman Arcade was also asking about it as well. So, I don't know who's there right now, but I'm sure, they would definitely make some good appearances too.
It's crazy because, they just opened up they just opened up their arcade. They haven't had, I don't think they have Killer Instinct yet, but we're going to see that soon. And, the game itself it's pretty hard to find if I'm being honest, you know.
Mm.
So we'll see if we'll see if he gets his hands on it. I know Israel will be there.
Israel.
Oh shit. Norbert's saying that Pete Hahn and Jose would be in it, but Pete Hahn? Holy shit.
Actually, yeah, he definitely would be in it too, because he used to play it back in the day too.
Right, but he did play back in the day, but it's extremely rare for Pete Hahn to play in tournaments, you know. It would be like a holy grail in Bloody Wars if he would have entered. But no, I mean that would be a good match. Like you and Pete. Like that was gonna be my next question, because like Pete Hahn, obviously huge legend in the arcade and like a huge legend for fighting games. Where do you see yourself at when it comes to like the skill level in fighting games? Would you say that you're very familiar and that could dominate in your prime game, or would you say you're like, no, I'm pretty good at all the fighting games that you're gonna sign me up to?
Well, for the most part, a lot of the video games, I always say this, like in my interviews as well, it's all about fundamentals in the game. A lot of the fighting games usually use the same type of fundamentals. You know, you got your basic footsies, jump-ins, and stuff like that. That's pretty common standard for all fighting games. It's the mechanics behind that game that make it different. And certain things like Breaker's Revenge is a perfect example as a hidden mechanic that not many people actually know about. It's called breakering. And basically, it's more like an interruption move. You could be in the middle of a combo, and your opponent can all of a sudden come out with a special move to counter it. If you would watch Israel during that tournament, you would see him when he was using Condor, how he always came out with that special, the super move with the pile drivers or the spins. He was actually breakering though. So like as soon as the opponent was trying to do his super, he countered it immediately and it came out. So and that's how he was winning his matches as well.
So you would have you ever tried that before in your tournaments?
I try to implement like all my knowledge in the tournament. You know, the thing is, it's like when you're first facing somebody, you don't know what they're going to do. They're not going to know what you're going to do. So it's kind of like trying to feel it out. So, you know, like these best of 3 matches is like, okay, I won the first match. He saw what I was kind of doing. He's going to try to counter, and then vice versa. You know,
do you ever do you ever give away like what you mainly do? Do you give away your strong suit first in the very beginning of the tournament, or do you save it to the end?
I try not to. I really try not to. I can. It's like if you see me, if I can play Killer Instinct, I won't show you like my strongest moves like right off the bat. I'll tease you a little bit, and then once I know if I can get you in what I need to get you in, then it's going to be over.
Not gonna give away. I'm not gonna ask too much of your strategy for KI, because I know we're gonna have a KI tournament very soon, and I want you to be prepared. No spoilers and no secrets given, so that way we can see you do your thing and hopefully win this belt behind me.
Yeah, I know. My fiance is like, you got to bring that belt home. I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah,
Norbert's actually a really good player.
Oh, he is, dude, and that brings me to my, my next topic. You and Norbert Vale, you guys been friends for like years, and
yeah, it's a long time.
And he brought you into Bloody Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's the friendship like, man? I mean, 20 years. How'd you guys originally meet? We'll start there.
We met in a game room out in Harlem Irving Plaza. I think we met playing like DDR. And In the Groove, at the time. I was really big into that. He came in, and then a mutual friend of ours kind of introduced us together. And then we've just, been friends ever since.
Norbert commenting on that, saying 20 years.
Yeah, it's a little more. It's probably more than 20 years, definitely.
And then he said Rip Hip?
Yeah, Hip is Harlem Irving Plaza. So that was... Yeah, it was the Namco cyber station that was there at the time.
Okay, so you guys, that sounds cool actually. So you guys met. So you guys are like huge familiar with like fighting games, and that's what brought you guys together. It sounds like.
Hmm. Well, it wasn't just the fighting games, I mean, like I said, Dance Dance Revolution and In the Groove was, what kind of got us started into
Is he a good DDR player? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I wasn't like a top tier DDR player. I just did it for more casual and fun. Just had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, we were playing games back in the day like Tekken 5 and stuff like that, and Dark Resurrection, and then
that's cool.
Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3.
I would think that if Matthew were to or no, sorry, if Norbert were to what's it called, play DDR, I would hope he would not slip, because I pictured Norbert doing that. He didn't slip at all, did he?
No.
Okay.
Good. But then again, we never played like the extreme songs, just.
All right, so he knows how to play. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
And then then you claim that you've attended to his wedding, and then you're actually gonna have your wedding soon. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we're still making the plans, but it'll happen
for sure. Right, and he's gonna be your best man, right?
I haven't really decided that yet, because I have a couple of really really good friends of mine. One back in high school.
I see. Okay.
I mean, if he can definitely stand up for my wedding. I have no issue with that at all.
For sure. No, I could definitely see that. Okay. Don't want to give away any details of that, but like, it sounds like you guys are good friends, and based on the fighting games and the experiences you guys have between you two, sounds like it's a good time,
Yeah, definitely. It's I remember the first time you came over to the house, we were playing games and stuff like that, and then when Tatsunoko versus Capcom came out for the Wii, I told him that I had it and I had the Japanese version. So when he came over, he just fell in love with that game.
That's cool. So what you guys? How often do you guys play with each other besides like Bloody Wars? Like, how often do you guys see each other every now and then? Because I know you've got like a busy schedule, and I know both of you guys are busy with your lives. But you guys keep in touch every once in a while, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely try to keep in touch. I'm still waiting for him to type in "you lost the game" somewhere in chat sometime. He tends to do that. But yeah,
hey, he's in the stream right now. He is definitely in the stream right now.
Yeah, we really haven't had a lot of time to catch up on things and stuff like that. But we definitely do keep in touch, like on Facebook, or he'll send me a text message once in a while. What's going on?
That's cool. To those that are live on stream, and in the stream chat, we've got Norbert Vale in here. We've got Hater Shack just tuning in. Tracy DSP. Thank you all for signing up and getting into this podcast. He comes to streams to remind me that you keep reminding him that he loses the game.
I troll him on his stream. I troll him on his streams all the time.
Yeah, just exposing him. That's all you're here to do.
Yeah, he was doing a thing with the Temple Bowls. He had like an updated roster thing, so I would come in and kind of like troll and cheer for the opposing team, and Norbert would be in a lead. I mean, he would be like about 3 or 4 touchdowns ahead of the game, and next thing you know, by the end of the game, he lost.
Really? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah,
interesting.
He just curses me out after that one.
Yeah, I can see him doing that now.
Yeah,
that was like a whole Patriot versus Falcon Super Bowl moment right there. That combat.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool stuff. That's awesome. But so I know he's got you involved, and you guys have been friends for a while. That brings me to my next question. So, like, regarding Bloody Wars, like, does he, like, whenever there's a tournament that's in your league, and whenever you sign up, do you actually like come to him to advice, or like do you just make sure that you guys are in a good distance? I mean, you guys are friends, no question about it. But like, when it comes to Bloody Wars, and when it comes to the tournament, and like you being in the actual ring with him, you guys are enemies. That makes sense. So Give us your thoughts on like your game plan when it comes to Norbert, because he's now your 4-time Bloody Wars champion, and you've probably had a good game plan in your head every single time you've come head to head with Norbert Vale.
Yeah, we really don't share secrets or anything like that much. You know, not against each other, obviously. You know, if we have like information on like the other players, and like, hey, you know, this guy jumps too much, or this guy likes to stay a little more defensive, then you know we work on that. With Norbert, you know, like I said, he's got his fundamentals down to a T, and it's very hard to break that defense when he's on point. For my mindset, when I go in, I just focus on what I need to do. I know my characters when I'm playing them, because I study them from A to Z and back again, and then I try to study the other characters to see what's their strengths and weaknesses as well. And I play. That's the same thing with when I'm playing against Norbert. You know his armor. You know, if I can find that chink in his armor, I'm gonna jump in and attack. So
interesting. So whenever his defense is on point, it could be difficult to break that.
Yes. Yeah, as you've seen in Breaker's Revenge, he
definitely
used all the tools.
No,
but I will say one.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I will say one thing about Saizo. He is not balanced for that game at all.
Really?
Breaker's Revenge is basically like an update to the original Breakers. He's, his quick punch shuriken actually has 2 projectiles, not 1, so that's why that cancels out and you're still able to hit him. And the moon uppercut actually can hit behind him as well. Really? Yeah, so you can't even do cross-ups against it either. So
exposing all of his weaknesses on here. I love it.
So I mean, he won. Congratulations to Norbert, but I did not like that part.
Okay. So, and what is this game again?
It was Breaker's Revenge.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to think, because like you guys actually gotten head to head before. I mean, it wouldn't be the first. Like you guys, it's not the first time that you guys been head to head in Bloody Wars. Because I guess
no.
A
lot of the times that we've been like starting the tournament.
Right, you guys play Tattoo Assassins, and like every tournament that we've got, like we put you in the ring with, and like there's always different mechanisms and different controls in every single game. So like, I'm trying to think of all the games that you guys played. I mean, minus KI, that's the obvious one. There's no question that you can get them to, fall down, be thrown the belt from him, if you will. I'm trying to think of all the other games that you guys would be a good fit for. Obviously, Mortal Kombat. We had that not too long ago.
We didn't face each other in Mortal Kombat or in WrestleMania, if I recall correctly.
No, you guys didn't. I'm trying to think, like, how would that go if it was like Mortal Kombat? But then yet again, are you familiar with Tekken by chance? Tekken 3 or whatever?
Oh yeah, definitely. Brian Fury and Paul Phoenix are my characters.
You guys played that before with each other, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we used to play a lot of Tekken against each other, so we're pretty 50-50 on that one.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his Heihachi is actually really good. So
okay, so what's that like? Give us a taste of how when matches would go.
It's like whoever can get in. We both have good defenses. I try to counter a lot, especially with Paul Phoenix, because he has good counter moves. Not many people realize that. Brian is just pure power.
So because I'm trying to think right now, I'm trying to think of a good idea, because Norbert brought up a very good idea. I haven't done this in a while. We should get you and Norbert to do like a best of 7 challenge on this podcast.
Yeah, we can set that up one day.
Yeah, that would be great. So like, if we were to do that, what would be the ideal games for you? Like, what would be the strong games for you? So like, I know it'd have to be like first to 4 wins. So what would be your strong 4 games that we would see from you?
Well, that's we got all the mainstream ones. Killer Instinct. I don't know if that's on Fightcade. I know the Super Nintendo version is, but I ain't worried about that one. We got the Street Fighter. The Soul Calibur, Tekken. You could do Mortal Kombat, and they're just the thing is, like I said, Norbert has the variety of fighting games down with his fundamentals. So it's definitely going to be a good tournament for both of us if we do that best of 7. So it doesn't really matter which game. So we both figure it out.
Should we do a title match for that? I would be curious to put that. I would want to put that shit on the line. Honestly, we should get that shit. Would you want to do that? Put the belt on the line, like have a whole contract and everything?
I mean, if he's up to it, then sure.
I think he answered my question already. He said,
I was going to say, if he's up to it, then sure.
Okay, this is interesting.
Actually, tomorrow I'm going to be at the game at the arcade defending my title, and Norbert said he's going to show up for the hardcore title. If I'm still
you said Thursday? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep. So I'm going to show up tomorrow to the arcade.
We might have an exhibition. I'll probably have to film that one. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time he's going to come, so we'll figure it out.
Okay. So, like, I know you're off today, right? I don't know if you plan on doing this, but I don't know if you're familiar with Fat Chris at all.
Oh, which what?
Are you familiar with Fat Chris at all?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Never met the gentleman though.
He's a pretty cool dude. I know he was in for a good minute on Sunday and then Monday. His last day is today, actually. I don't know. I mean, I know the regulars. They've been with the hardcore championship. It's been inactive for a while, and then Steven Lucas on that Sunday brought it back, and then you came in, and you're still the champion to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So could we see? I don't know. Maybe we could see like a hardcore championship match between you and Fat Chris one of these days.
Yeah, definitely would love to do that.
Awesome. That's cool. So, DSP is asking, where's Norbert? This is Matthew Nasia's time right now. You will see Norbert. You guys been seeing Norbert every single time. Like, you guys are spoiled with Norbert. But no, I mean, this is interesting. So, what would be oh my God, I could just picture it right now. If it was a Thursday night, you and Norbert, and then the game so happens to pick KI, I would love to get a video of that posted on my stream. Dude, that would be cool.
I do have an issue with GGA's KI machine, though, because the first side joystick doesn't work too well. The buttons are kind of unresponsive at times, too. So they really need to get that taken care of.
Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention, because I'm actually heading over there in a little bit, like probably around like 5 o'clock or whatever. I'll definitely take a look at it whenever I get a chance. Just for you, Matthew. Just for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, because it's a tradition. Every time I go to GGA, I have to jump on KI one time.
For sure. Norbert's taking off. See you later, Norbert. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast, and we will see you next week.
All righty. Hopefully he can come tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. I would keep me posted on that. Keep me posted on that match in case if I don't make it.
Yeah, we'll do.
For sure. So this has been fun, and I know you've been coming to these tournaments for a while. Where do you see yourself coming in often? Because I know work and stuff, and you've got a lot of things going on with your life, and it sounds like you've been pretty busy with a lot of things. So when could we see you next?
Well, obviously tomorrow.
For sure.
I still would need to look at the schedule for the rest of the Bloody Wars coming up, and then I probably won't be able to make it to the Headless Horseman arcades. That's a little out of my way at the moment.
Right.
So those tournaments I won't be able to participate in. But GGA is about a half hour from my house, so I can not worry too much about getting out there if need be.
About Fight Fest.
Unfortunately for that weekend, I am booked to work.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. No, but like I figured that's something that's like not in your league anyways, especially if we got like new FGC tournaments on that day or on that weekend, I should say.
Yeah. And I don't even own Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6.
So you just play all retros. You don't even own like a gaming console?
Oh, I have a PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
Oh, okay. You just barely play it.
Remember I told you I had the platinum on MK1?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah,
people play
but,
PC too.
But the thing is, like a lot of the new modern fighting games, I do have the new Fatal Fury game, which is pretty decent. The thing about the new fighting games is they put too much into it, and then it's like there's so many things going on. It's kind of hard to like keep at it.
I agree. It's like I'm good with the one update and what update you stick with, like the controls and everything. Like their Mortal Kombat, like the new MK1s, they're bringing in like celebrity characters that's not even needed. Like we had MK11, we had the tournament, the Terminator.
Yeah.
And then this one we've got T1000. It's just like I would stick with the main characters in each movie or TV show. Like, why even bring in like a sidekick or whatever, an enemy of a scene of a movie that nobody really watches anymore? It's like bringing in Tails instead of Sonic, if that makes sense. It's like
I got it.
Yeah. And it's like I guess people are upset now with Tekken 8 because of the controls. Like I guess they keep updating how the controls work and like the fundamental mechanics to it, and people are not happy right now. So they just need to stick to like one specific role and then just stick with it. Like I don't know, like the updates that they keep coming up with now these days, it's like starting to become a downhill, if I'm being honest.
No, I agree. They just updated Fatal Fury. I haven't had a chance to take a play around with that yet. So
have you played the game? Have you played the game?
What, Fatal Fury? Yeah. Yeah, I got the new the City of the Wolves one right now. I played it for a little bit just to check it out. It's got modern controls. That's another thing. It's a pretty decent game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you main on that?
I like Jeanette from Garo because I own Garo as well. She was one of my favorites there, but I was playing around with Rock and Terry, so they're pretty solid characters too. So I just got to get a little more time to like dive into it so that way I can get a better feel for it.
For sure. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. So like because like I've never got a chance to get my hands on that game. I'm debating if I should play on it. I mean, a lot of people seemed pretty hyped about it. I haven't gotten a chance to get my hands on it, so.
Yeah, it's definitely it's somewhat friendly, but then it has a lot of new stuff in it that it's definitely if you put time into it, then you can play it a lot better. So.
For sure. Okay, and it sounds like you kind of do. It sounds like.
I mean, yeah, I definitely want to give it a chance because it definitely shows some promise. It definitely does.
Okay, so if we were to put in a Fatal Fury tournament, City of the Wolves tournament soon, you'd sign up for it?
Well, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I haven't had a chance to like really sit down and dive into it, so I just don't want to go into this place and then
for sure. Right, but if you were like, if there was competition for that game, that's something that you would be interested. It sounds like hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, that's something I can look into, I guess. Cool, man. Well, I know you will be in tomorrow, and I know I've got things to catch up on with Bloody Wars, and I appreciate you coming into this podcast. I mean, it's been awesome seeing you going head to head in action. You in the pre-show, just doing your thing in Bloody Wars, and bringing competition, and it's always appreciated.
Oh, thank you. I try to have fun there. And that's the whole spirit of the whole thing as well. It's just to have fun, meet new people. Trash talk because you love it.
Yeah, hey, we got to bring that in.
Yeah, so I really want this to grow. I'll be honest with you. I love the concept behind it. And definitely, you got my support on it.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you coming in, man. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, this wouldn't have been possible. And you bringing in competition and you guys bringing all of that in. That's all of you guys. You know, I couldn't ask for better contenders. I couldn't ask for better people to sign up. You know, it's been awesome having you guys in. Looks like I have a question from Tracy Gleave to you before we wrap things up. She's asking, how do you fight against button bashers and who don't even know what move they're going to do?
Learn to play defense. Definitely learn to play defense. If you know how the moves are, what they call the frames of each move, there are pauses in between. And if they can't break your defense, and as soon as you see that opportunity to counter it, then do it.
Interesting. Okay, so for the people that are just looking to get into fighting games, just look like getting a first-hand experience on it, just go with defense, play defense first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, learn the defense of the game, and that way you can work your offense from that defense.
Interesting. Okay. Take notes, guys. This is Matthew Nasia, an actual expert at fighting games. Take notes. Well, if there's anything, is there anything else you want to say to the roster, everyone that's watching the stream? Any shout outs or anyone you want to see before or talk to before we wrap things up?
I just want to, thank for the opportunity coming on your, the Bloodcast. I know I've been wanting to do this for a little while. For everyone out there that's with the tournament and everything, just always keep on your A game. Let's make this tournament, the best it could be, and then help it grow and, trash talk each other, but at the same time respect each other as well.
I like that. I like that a lot. Perfect example. Nice spoken words from Matthew right here. Where can they follow you at, by the way?
You can follow my YouTube channel. It's under Combo Ace. I don't post too much, but I do try to keep up to date. Like most of it's Killer Instinct stuff, but I do have other arcade stuff like 1CCs. I'm actually going to start doing like a tutorial series for Killer Instinct. Awesome. Just kind of like show you some of the mechanics of the game, and then because on Discord, I have a couple of friends from the KI1UP community. They always ask me questions about the game, so I decided to just start probably making some videos and stuff like that, just to help everybody out.
We've got a Killer Instinct tournament coming up this year that is a guarantee because there has been a lot of requests for that game for a while. If you guys are looking to know how to play Killer Instinct in the future or even get ready for that tournament, head over to his YouTube channel, get your hands on it, and look into his tutorials, guys, and you definitely don't want to miss that. Combo Race, Matthew Nasia, thank you for being on here. I appreciate you supporting Bloody Wars any way that you can. Bringing in competition is always appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and what you do in the tournament going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Take care, man.
You as well. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. That was Matthew Nasia, ladies and gentlemen. He is a very great regular in the Bloody Wars tournament. He is definitely a high contributor, if you will. The stuff that he plays, man, it's like pretty good stuff. It's good stuff. We've been seeing hold on, let me see. I just saw a comment in the stream chat. Is that headless? Oh, we've got a Trace. Very, very well. I can't wait to see his tutorial, because it's like the new people, the newcomers that are coming into Bloody Wars, trying to figure out how to play certain fighting games here and there when it comes to the retro games. We should actually do like a gameplay, like do an actual gameplay design of the history, get the history behind games, get an idea, like upload some videos about the game before we release them into the tournaments, so that way the gamers that are live on stream tuning in can check out and see how to play that game before you enter the tournament. That'll give them a little bit more of confidence before they sign up for that tournament. That's something we should do, actually. You know what? I'm looking into that, actually. That'll be cool. To those that are live on Twitch, we're going to be sending you guys over to Arcus, who is playing an NES game right now. And it looks like he's doing a full run on the game, trying to complete the game, it looks like. But tell him what you see here in the Bloody Wars tournament. Tell him about the Bloody Wars tournament, because I know we've been rating him for a while from the Galloping Ghost Arcade page. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. This is JP Pitts, your host of the Bloody Wars tournament. For more information on how you can sign up today, just visit www.bloody-wars-tournament.com. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this stream. Hopefully, we will see you in the arcade soon. Take care. Have a good night.